Oh, please welcome Alan Cohn, Democratic nominee for the 15th Congressional District, covering Hillsborough and Polk counties, a sliver of Lake County as well. Mr. Cohn, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here. Yeah.
If Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court and you win your election, would you support or oppose adding a justice to the Supreme Court if it came up for a vote on the House floor?
If that happens, I would support winning elections so we could elect our own Supreme Court justices who will look at the Constitution as a living document that's more reflective of where our society is right now.
Yet it comes up for a vote on the floor. You have a vote to cast. Would you vote yes or no?
Well, number one, that would come up in the Senate and not the House. And we have a tradition in this country in terms of the Supreme Court and 9 justices, which is why I believe in winning elections in order to, and also playing by the rules, which is also something that I learned on the playground a long time ago.
Earlier, you said that the House would not have say in expanding the size of the Supreme Court. I'm going to do some homework on that. Are you sure the House would not have a vote? It doesn't in confirming, but in expanding the size of the court?
It doesn't seem like it is something that would be even likely taken on. And I believe you're correct. Both houses of Congress would have to pass a bill, and I believe it would have to be passed by 2/3 of the states, if I'm not correct. But we're talking about something that, the last time any president contemplated doing that was FDR, and it went nowhere. And so, look, we have 9 justices on the Supreme Court. We're going to have 9 justices on the Supreme Court. If you don't like how the Supreme Court rules, vote.
If President Trump wins the state of Florida, but ties in the Electoral College, the House would vote to break the tie. And if you win the 15th Congressional District, you could be the swing vote for the entire Florida delegation. Again, if Trump wins Florida, but ties in the Electoral College, would you vote for Trump, or would you go against the will of the people of the state of Florida and vote for Joe Biden?
If there are games that are played in terms of this election, yes, we will. This election would go to the House, and we would be a decisive vote. And I would be voting to elect Joe. I would be voting to make sure that no one plays games with this presidential election and be the last best effort to prevent somebody from doing that.
You were saying that you were going to vote for Joe Biden. You kind of caught yourself midstream. Would you vote for Biden, or would you vote
absolutely.
for Trump?
For love of country, absolutely.
Your environmental agenda calls for closing all U.S. coal plants, going 100% clean energy by the year 2035. Can you guarantee that setting that kind of a deadline would not deliver the kinds of rolling blackouts or brownouts that we've already seen in California?
Well, number one, the cost of not dealing with climate change is an existential threat to our world and our country and to our economy. So the cost of not doing everything we possibly can to get this under control would be devastating to our country and to the residents and the businesses in this congressional district.
But you can't guarantee against the prospects potentially of rolling blackouts.
I don't agree with the premise of that question. Number one, we also have a great opportunity to bring real high-paying jobs to this area. I've said often, in the 1970s, the I-4 corridor was the leading manufacturer of solar panels in this country. When we did away with the tax incentives, those jobs in that industry went to China. I say let's bring the manufacturing of solar panels back from China to the Sunshine State in the I-4 corridor. So, full speed ahead on that.
You want to undo the Trump tax cuts. On your website, you state Trump's tax bill raised taxes on the middle class. Now, there are cases of filers paying more because the exemptions got eliminated for your self-independence and the cap and deductions for local taxes, a couple of other things. You can't write off business expenses if you're an employee, but the overwhelming majority of middle-class earners did get a tax break, did they not?
We have gave in that bill the vast majority of tax cuts to corporations. When we talk about eliminating the Trump tax cuts, we're not talking about eliminating those tax cuts for anybody making under $400,000 a year. What I am talking about is increasing and maintaining tax relief to the people who need it the most, and that is middle income and working families in this community.
Well, Republicans say that raising the corporate tax income rate would be an indirect tax on American workers, because if companies have to pay those higher taxes, they'll make up for it by not paying their employees as much as they otherwise would. And you have the Penn Wharton model projecting that by raising the corporate tax rate that amount, the middle 20% of income earners would in fact see a slight reduction in after-tax income.
You know, Craig, what we hear repeatedly is corporations paying no federal taxes. And that's what drives people in this community crazy when they are paying their income taxes and being good citizens, and the big corporations having tax gimmicks overseas that shield them from paying those corporate taxes. We have some of the wealthiest Americans that it turns out have paid $750 a year in their personal income taxes, people who own large corporations. So I'm not going to be crying from the large corporations that for too many years have not paid their fair share, while the working folks in this community have paid through the nose.
Democratic candidate for Congress, Alan Cohn, thank you for your time.
Thank you.